Couple of things real quick. Number one, thank you so much to everyone who's checked out the postcasts over on Locked On Sports. They've been awesome. It's been so great to see so many familiar faces there. We appreciate that support so much. It's feeling more and more comfortable. I know my buddy Anders was a little nervous over his first one, and I loved that he was nervous because it shows that he cares. It shows that he cares, and he's going to be great at this. I'm always going to stink at it, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway, and I appreciate you checking it out regardless. But please check those out. Locked On Sports, link in the description. And real quick, a thank you to Simply Seattle, the very best in Seattle sports gear. Great stuff for the Mariners, of course, but the Kraken, the Seahawks, the Storm, the Sounders. MOLLYWHOP15 at checkout saves you 15%. That's Mollywop 15 at checkout. Can't appreciate their support enough. Just got a Damon Williams autographed helmet from them as a gift, and I love it. And you can get a bunch of really cool stuff from them. MOLLYWHOP15, link in the description. The Mariners, who are not having the best time of it, and we kind of knew this was going to happen, right? They couldn't stay this hot forever. It's very hard to win as many series in a row as they did and not have a few bumps on the noggin, bumps on the log, bumps all over the place. But they're struggling right now. And unfortunately, things don't get all that much easier because they take on a San Diego Padres team that is 27-15 and has been as good as it gets at their home park. Oh, and by the way, the Mariners are playing this team at their home park. Let's take a look at some basic stats. In terms of batting, there's nothing here. Well, no, I mean, I'm just not used to these being good numbers. They are tied for 13th with 196 runs scored. They are second in batting average at 264. I'll never get used to it. I never will. I'll keep bringing it up. I'll never get used to it. 333 on base percentage, ranked 7th, 11th in slugging percentage for pitching. They have a 3.33 ERA, which ranks 6th, 14 quality starts, a whip of 1.17, which ranks 5th, and a batting average allowed of 217. This is a good baseball team. And, you know, I always feel like the Padres get kind of a bad rap because they've been aggressive and made trades that in the long run might really, really hurt them. But they've been a fun baseball team to watch. They haven't quite reached that promised land. They were in the NLCS just a couple of years ago. I think people very conveniently forget about that. But it's a good baseball team. It has a superstar in Fernando Tatis Jr., and he's playing like a superstar thus far. And there's some really good role players. And in between superstar and role player, you've got a guy like Manny Machado, who's hitting 340 this year, by the way. But Fernando Tatis Jr. hitting 308 with 11 homers, 26 RBI. I'm sure a bunch of steals because that's Fernando Tatis Jr. But it's not just them. There's some really quality players. Jackson Merrill is on his way to becoming a star. Now, his sample size is really small because of an injury that he suffered. But 412, 438, 676. I don't care how many games you've played. That's really good. That is really, really good. And he's handled center field with a plum. Gavin Sheets has been – now, Gavin Sheets is proof that you can't just completely ignore spring training stats because he wasn't going to make that team. And then he put together in – I keep forgetting this is the Vetter Cup. What a stupid – I'm sorry, Tim Booth. I'm sorry. It just doesn't do it for me. But Gavin Sheets is hitting 290, 341, 468 after that great spring training. Luis Arias has had a very nice season, a little more power than we're used to from him. He's already got 3 homers, 724 OPS isn't great, but certainly he'll get the job done. Jake Cronenworth has been very solid. His action also limited because of injury, but 278, 437, 500. It's a very quality lineup. And Fernando Tatis Jr. is playing like Fernando Tatis Jr. we were hoping he would play like, you know. And by the way, it's 8 stolen bases, so I was right. That's not as many as I thought he'd have, but that puts you on pace for about 30 with about 40 home runs. Pretty good. Definitely an MVP candidate. There's a bunch of them in the NL West, but he is having a very, very good season. Now, it's not a perfect lineup. Like, their catching hasn't given them much at all. Elias Diaz has been so-so. They've had some issues with some corner outfield play outside of Fernando Tatis Jr., obviously, but left field has kind of been a little bit question mark. Xander Bogaerts hasn't been great this year. 235, 291, 314. It's a solid baseball team, though. They're not perfect, but they're a solid baseball team. And it's a team that on paper is better than the Seattle Mariners. And if you take a look at the pitching matchups, it's a little interesting, but it doesn't do Seattle a ton of favors. Let's take a look at those now. So it's a 3-game series, of course. And on today, Friday, we will have Stephen Kolek against Logan Evans. We will have Nick Pivetta against Emerson Hancock. And we will have, I always forget this dude's first name. It's so insane. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Michael King going up against Brian Wu. A terrific pitching matchup for Sunday. So Kolek, if that name sounds familiar, there's a couple reasons it might. Number one, he is the brother of Tyler Kolek, who was the 2nd overall pick of his draft, flamed out spectacularly. Moving on. Where you probably remember his name was that he was a Seattle Mariner for a little bit. They acquired him in a trade with the Dodgers, and then the Padres picked him in the Rule 5 draft. He made his season debut against the Rockies, which are technically a Major League Baseball team, and he threw a complete game shutout. That's not going to happen a whole heck of a lot more. Stephen Kolek has back-end stuff that plays better in relief, if we're being completely frank. But congrats to him. Complete game shutout in a game that they won 21-0. The Rockies are a joke. I mean, I know this is a series preview of... I can't do it. But the fact that they have made the White Sox of last year look somewhat competent is saying something. It is saying something. But that's a tough one. That's a tough one just because... no, it's not. I was looking at the Pivetta matchup. I'm not starting this video over. Tyler Kolek is somebody the Seattle Mariners should beat. Nick Pivetta is a tough one. Nick Pivetta has pitched really well this year. Nick Pivetta signing with the Padres pretty late, but he has a 5-2 record if you're into that sort of thing. What you should be more interested in is a 3.05 ERA and 49 strikeouts. Pivetta has shown flashes of this in the past, and it is worth pointing out that the Rockies actually got him pretty good. 4 innings of 6-run baseball. But outside of that, he's pitched really well. That's going to be a tough one because this is the type of pitcher that has given the Mariners fits. Left-handers a little more, although the Mariners have beaten up on some really good left-handed starters too. Nick Pivetta is just the type of profile that the Seattle Mariners have struggled with. So the Mariners are going to have to pitch well, and Emerson Hancock is going to have to pitch much better than he did. Same for Logan Evans. I know 5 innings of 2-run baseball isn't bad. Or was it 3? Either way, Logan Evans didn't pitch like that. I have not been super impressed with Logan Evans yet. We'll see. We'll see if it works out. Get well soon, Bryce. Get well soon, George. Get well soon, Logan. They need him back so very, very badly. And they need Hancock to pitch better than he did last time out. Like, it was okay for 4 innings, but you got to be better than that. You can't have outbursts. You can't have those type of things happen and be a starter on a team that should be competing for a playoff spot. And then I mentioned it, Michael King against Brian Wu. Brian Wu was so filthy that last time out against the Yankees. Michael King can really pitch. And it is the reason why I think they won't regret the Juan Soto trade anytime soon. He has a 2.32 ERA. He struck out 56 batters. He has a 0.99 whip. All of those numbers ranking in the top 15 in baseball. Good pitcher. Really good pitcher. It was a bit of a risk to acquire a guy like that because, or not acquire him, to borderline headline a trade like that because, you know, there were concerns about whether or not he was a starter. Oh, he's a starter, all right. And he's a really good one. So if you take a look at this, I think the pitching matchup, I'll give a slight advantage to the Padres. A slight advantage to the Padres. The lineup, I'm going Padres. And this is a series where I'm hoping for 1 out of 3. It'd be great to get 2 out of 3 and to make this a 3-3 week and make losing a couple of games against the Yankees, one in particular that you should have absolutely won. You could have even argued that they should have won the first game. I know they end up losing 11-5 or something like that, but They were just as good as the Yankees until the late innings, or really till the mid to late innings. Anyway, this is a series I think the Seattle Mariners are going to have trouble with. And, a 3-6 9-game stretch isn't good. The nice thing is you played so dang well prior to this stretch that it doesn't kill you. It doesn't kill you. It's less than ideal, and you need to start playing well again, and you've got some teams to get healthy against, but it's okay. It's okay. But a series win here would just be wonderful. And they certainly can. They certainly can win the series. If you beat up on Kolek, and if you're able to win one of the next two, then there you go. But boy, this could be another. This was a tough week coming into the season, and the injuries and just some due regression made it even tougher. What do you think? What's a good series result here? Is it the only way it's a good result if you get a series win? That's how it normally works in life. But I would say this one, just like the Yankee series, 1-2 ain't so bad. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. Again, I appreciate the support so much. I know this is a transition, bunch more content coming up. I just really appreciate the support. Quick health update. So. But fans like you, people like you make this a whole lot easier. We'll see you soon. Oh, this is interesting. So I'm using a new filter. So no edit button. Bye. Now bye.